How many times have I got to do a video about Alex Phillips? But at least now we all know exactly the kind of person she really is.
Gobster the curious brummie, say it loud, say it true. Gobster the curious brummie, I've got something for you.
Alright, so yeah, how you diddling? Hope everything's okay with you and yours in this mad world that we currently find ourselves residing in. So, is this video 3 or video 4 about Alex Phillips? The Farage lapdog who really does like the sound of her own yapping. Well, she still is yapping, she still is mentally deranged, but of course now we can see her doing what she does best, playing the victim. You see, back in the day, before Restore Britain, people used to think Alex was quite decent. She was one of the good guys, one of the good people, someone who stood for things. But now, since Restore appeared, and since Farage has told his lapdog to bark on Talk TV all the time, well, she's just completely lost the plot. She is, without doubt, one of the vilest, nastiest, narcissistic bints that I've ever had the displeasure of listening to. Now, I haven't done a video on her for a while because I've just tried to be ignoring her. Her and Isabella Oakenshaw, which is Richard Tice's shag piece and his lapdog, who passes comment about England after running away to Dubai and living there. Excuse me. So, I'm going to play a video. We're going to bring this video up, and then we're going to sort of listen to it and comment to it, and then we'll just get on to a few other things. But this woman has literally lost leave of her senses. The bitterness is just unbelievable. The unhingedness strikes me very much of a member of the left waffer. So in any case, let's get the video up. So, beyond the pale. Now, the Restore co-founder, which is Charlie Downs, has suggested that Farage has been bought by the Jews. Was actually not said by Charlie Downs. It was an inferred comment from a left-wing anti-Semite Labour man. But of course, that doesn't matter to Alex because we have to go. So let's just play this. I will interrupt at times, and I do apologise profusely before you go any further. You've got to put up with this. So let's have a listen.
I still get abused left, right and centre by the thugs and the misogynists and the psychopaths who seem to support that party.
So just remember, it's the thugs, the misogynists and the psychopaths. And this is her being Joe. She's been doing this now for over a week, slandering and insulting people she doesn't agree with. But let's carry on.
Well, good. Finally, the establishment media have caught up with me, because I was rather alone in the world at one point, and even though I genuinely...
She's always alone in the world. Because one of her boasts, of course, is the fact that she's never dated a British man since she came out of uni. Which is also why she's single and got no kids.
When I did that interview, and when I also pointed out, because yes, it was little old me that first reposted Charlie Downs suggesting that Mr. Farage had been bought by the Jewish Alliance, I actually said to other journalists, as you do, journalists speak to one another, have you not seen this? Do you not see the...
So basically what she's admitting here is it's her. Her sending everything out. Her poisonous, virtuous, vile, spitting, barking lapdogness. She's the one who's been pushing this story out to everyone.
Have you not noticed the toxicity, the dangerous rhetoric here that's going to spill out at some point into something extremely ugly? Is it not worth holding?
She's got proof of this, of course, because, of course, as has been where the Telegraph, which has been, let's be honest, spending an entire week painting anyone and everyone who has anything to do with Restore as a fascist and Nazi. And here's Alex moaning about suggesting that Charlie Downs said. Suggesting. So he didn't actually say it. So she's here now suggesting that everything's going to spill out into fascism.
Being in check. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter which organisation I spoke to, none of them were interested. I'll say it on the record now. I sent those posts.
Yeah, she's boasting. She's boasting about sending posts to deliberately lie about people because she thinks it's vile. Remembering that she spent time sleeping on Farage's sofa. The one, you know, that Farage has told her she'll get a position in his parliament.
To Chris Mason. I love Chris Mason, the BBC. He's a great man.
She loves the BBC. I don't know how many times I've had to tell you, and if you go back over a year ago, I was telling you, Talk TV, Talk Radio, GB News, they aren't your right-wing media. They are part of the establishment. They are controlled opposition to give you the illusion that a news organisation exists for you. They don't. They're liars. They're dirty, stinking mainstream media scumbags. Okay? And you need to get that in your head. Alex Phillips is a traitor. Alex Phillips is here, as we'll go on in a minute, is actually saying, yes, it's me. I'm the one spreading all the vile rhetoric.
But I sent those social media posts to him months and months ago. I sent that to one of the senior political editors of The Mail. I sent that to people at The Telegraph. Because I was so concerned about it, I sent this to people. None of them cared.
Because none of them believed it until, of course, The Telegraph was bought by a left-wing idiot, a German socialist who now owns it. And since he's took out, and he's actually turned around and he's actually made it all about his paper's going to be promoting open society. If you know anything about the open society, it's for the destruction of the Western European thing. So that's why it's come up in The Telegraph. That's why The Telegraph's doing what it's doing. And we can thank the enemy in the camp, Alex Phillips.
Just 6 months ago, these
Yes.
posts, aren't they?
So I'm glad finally people are on top of it now, because this stuff is worrying.
It's not worrying though, is it? Because she lies. She lies continually and consistently. She is a vile human being. So, let's bring out the next little bit of evidence. So I'm going to just zoom this up a bit so you can see it. Let's get it right there. So, Alex Phillips restore his busted flush. How? But here's how the right can unite to win. Nadine Dorries. Nadine Dorries, by the way, is the person who championed and pushed on the online safety bill. You know, the one that's actually now crippling everything. The one that's now going to be used by the government to shut YouTube down for people like me, and it can only promote ITV and BBC and Channel 4 and all that sort of stuff. And then because that's on there, then use that to charge you TV licence to watch YouTube. That Nadine Dorries. Okay? Now, Montgomery Toms here said the same thing. Imagine listening to somebody who championed the online safety bill. Now, here's the woman. Imagine a boy barely out of school who hasn't had a real job, has never been elected, has never worked in real frontline politics, wants to be an influencer, and has an ego the size of Jupiter despite having no real world experience to back it up. You are so far down the real player's son, so far you haven't got a clue what's shaking down. Those of us with the real inside track think you're a rather silly boy. And I think you're a nasty fucking bitch. How about that? And now she's crying. She's crying, doing hit pieces in the new favourite Telegraph, the new left-wing, anti-right-wing paper that's calling everybody a Nazi. She's crying that people are fighting back and calling her just what I've just done. Oh, it's not fair. The things I have to take from men. You started it. You're the one who's calling people psychopaths, deranged lunatics, stupid, silly little boys. I'm important because I've got a position, and because you haven't, you're a nothing. You don't need to speak. How dare you speak to me? How dare you ask a simple question? No, I know about things you don't. Oh, it's terrible. Nazis, what is going on? This is what she's like. She's done it time and time and time again. But at least this time, she's actually come out and said, yes, it's me spreading all the bullshit. Thanks for pointing that out, Alex. You are nothing but a left wing. You're a leftist. Just like Reform. Reform aren't right wing. Okay? Reform aren't even centre right. They're centre left at best. It is a party that is full of all the people that led us to where we are right now. 13 ex-Tories in their leadership with Nadine Dorries and all these people excuse me, who led us to where you are now. And they are the core of Reform now. And you're being spoon-fed by GB News and by Talk TV that we can't restore Nazis because you don't want an actual far right, or not even far right, a right-wing party. You don't want one. You don't want one that refuses to conform to your bubble, to your situation, to the way you're doing. If you genuinely believe that Reform and Nigel Farage is going to save this country, you're a deluded fool. And if he goes, oh, my mother, Mama G, she's very much Farage because GB News, because I was talking about it, and she went, well, if we don't vote for Reform and Farage, the country's lost. I said, well, there are other people to vote for. Like who? Like Restore. Oh, well, that Rupert Lowe, he's evil, he's nasty. Why, Mum? Did you get that off GB News, did you? That's what they've been saying. Ah, right, so you've been sucked in. You really genuinely, she watches GB News all the time because she thinks it's a right-leaning thing that tells the truth. No, it cherry picks what it wants to do to get you sucked in. So when you do watch it, they'll go, oh, that Rupert Lowe's evil. Or you get Alex Phillips on Talk TV calling everybody who supports Restore basically Hitler, and then gets upset when people go, actually, I'm not. I mean, one of them, she said, you haven't, people who support Restore haven't got a job, haven't got a driver's licence. I'm happily married, I've got a driver's licence. I support Restore. Why? Because I want the country to be my homeland and it recognised as my homeland, and everybody else who doesn't want to be part of that homeland could basically go. But you're not allowed to have that. But if I was an Israeli saying that in Israel, I would be a national hero. You see, we'll touch on this now, and it may upset some people, but it is what it is. I have no interest in Israel. I have no interest in the Jewish people as a race. I don't. Okay? I don't, and I also don't see why our media and all our political cast have to put Israel first. We don't live in Israel. Yes, there are Jews who live here, yeah, who have their own police force and their own ambulance crews. Yeah. And every time you say anything against them, you're an anti-Semite, you're a racist. And the interesting thing is that they see, or sections of the Jewish people see the right wing who want to deport mainly Muslims and people who shouldn't be here, which are traditionally the people who are stabbing running cars into you and trying to kill you, and to deport them out of the country. But they don't want that because they're the threat, because they seem to think that if we're going to do that, we're going to get rid of the Jews. No one said that. But I do understand why people say what they say, because I don't understand the fascination with why we have to appease the Jewish people and do what Israel and worry about Israel. Look, what happened in Israel, what happened when they had their attack in October was horrendous. It was vile, it was disgusting. And that is, and I would say that for any organisation, any country. But I don't give a shit about it. I'm not interested in Israel. Now, if I lived in Israel and I was Israeli and I said Israel for the Jews, Israel for the Israelis, nothing would be said. But when I sit here and say I want England for the English, I'm a racist, I'm a Nazi, I'm going to lead us down the dark path of fascism. And because you've been painting me like that, anyone who's Jewish is going to think, well, he's a Nazi. Oh, no, he's a fascist. Oh, no, we know what happened last time these guys were in charge. We hate you. When in reality, we want to get rid of the people who are traditionally the ones that are trying to kill you. I don't get it. I don't understand why deporting people who shouldn't be here, who are traditionally the ones who cause all the, especially the Jews, the problems. The Jews seem to think that we're the problem because organisations are branding us as Nazis and fascists, and in the Jewish mindset, Nazis and fascists equal one thing, and therefore if they're coming back, we're in trouble, therefore we must hate them. Please explain it to me. People like Alex Phillips, Isabella Oakeshott, GB News, Talk TV, Julie Hartley Brewer, and all these people who come out and saying, oh, what about, no, I don't care. Jews have lived here for a long time, never been a bother to anyone. Until you made it a problem. And now, Islamophobia is the left's defence against people of Islam. And now anti-Semite has become the same thing. If you dare question or you dare go in against something that is perceived as making you a Nazi, frightens the Jewish people, they hate us as well. Anne Widdecombe got murdered because of people like Alex Phillips, Isabella Oakeshott, GB News, all the mainstream media, calling anyone on the right a fascist or a Nazi or just like another Hitler, because you paint targets on people's backs. And as we found with Charlie Kirk and many others, when you paint targets on the back, a completely deranged lunatic will mean, well, actually, if we kill Hitler, that would be good. So it's on you lot. It's on you lot. And if you are Jewish, look, I have no problem, never have a problem with anyone really, until they make it a problem. I believe that we should deport millions. At no time has I said that you are. Now you probably say, well, because of kosher, the ban on kosher slaughter. Well, you can't ban halal slaughter without addressing kosher slaughter, because that's a two-tier system, isn't it? And we don't want two-tier systems. We want everything to be fair and equal for everyone. But you see, you've had that. People are using the kosher ban as well. It just shows you they're Nazis. Look, they just want to get rid of you. They're blaming you for everything. No one's blaming you for anything. You see, the mainstream media and screaming banshees like Alex Phillips are your enemy, are the real problem, because they're lying to you. They are painting ordinary people as fascists and Nazis when they're not. Deranged psychopaths when they're not. And what they're actually doing is emboldening and empowering actual psychopaths, always on the left, who will then come and kill people like me and many others because they see us as a legitimate target, because Alex Phillips calls me a deranged, psycho, fascist, Nazi bastard. Alex and all of them in the mainstream media, and they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're saying. They know exactly. All those times Alex Phillips sat before Restore was created and talking all this, that and the other, she was lying to you, because a lot of the things that she was originally against is what Restore are against. But she doesn't like Rupert Lowe, and she doesn't like Restore, and she's Farage's lapdog. So all the things that she originally stood for and agreed with Restore now don't count, because she doesn't want to be a Nazi. And this is the other thing as I bring this video to a close. I know I've waffled on a bit, but it's important. Reform are painting Restore as the Nazis, because if they do that, in their mind, they can't be seen as the Nazis anymore. Reform are not your answer. As the saying goes, big slogan once, the people get the government they deserve. When you vote for reform, and when reform win, which they probably will, don't come crying to me when nothing changes. Links to my social media down below, as are ways to support the channel. That's purely up to you. Memberships are available as well. It's quite obvious after the Anne Widdecombe video that did really, really well, I'm now being throttled right back down to 300-400 views. You know what? That's fine. absolutely fine, because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. And I enjoy what I do. It's a hobby and it's fun. It can be a bit of a grind at times, but, it's all good fun. And I won't stop talking whether you like it or not. Any case, like, share, comment. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you do like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell, select it to all on all your devices, and YouTube may give you a notification that I've done another video. Any case, you stay curious, and I will catch you in the next one.